Welcome, one and all, to another edition of Free Mind Thinkers. I am your one and only Big Brother Tucker, and I have by my side, as always, Little Brother Frosty.
Freedom number one.
Without any pomp and circumstance, no singular monologue intro, in this, we're going to break down and give commentary on the very brief 30-minute speech of our now 47th president, one Donald J. Trump.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
Frosty and I both thought that this speech was very poignant, very succinct, very to the point.
I'm going to be petty.
And pretty much with people having to sit there and take it, putting mofos on blast.
That's right.
Hey, that's why I appreciate it.
So let's get right on to it.
Thank you very, very much. Vice President Vance, Speaker Johnson, Senator Thune, Chief Justice Roberts, Justices of the United States Supreme Court, President Clinton, President Bush, President Obama, President Biden, Vice President Harris, and my fellow citizens.
Man, there are a lot of very unimportant people there.
I know, right? I'm looking right there. Is that Clinton right there? Yeah, I think it is Clinton. Right above Harris.
Yeah, I think that's so Bill.
Yeah,
because it's Hillary, because it has to be Hillary sitting right next to him.
Yeah, I wonder what he's looking at, because he kind of
Golden age of America begins right now.
Is it? It kind of does. Yeah, no, that's Bill.
From this day forward, our country will flourish and be respected again all over the world. We will be the envy of every nation, and we will not allow ourselves to be taken advantage of any longer.
Preach!
I don't think people realize, because of the way that the media spun it, people have no idea how much respect we lost on the world stage.
Absolutely. They pretended so hard that, remember when Biden said that we're going to make the world look at us, better again? Some BS. I forgot the phrase.
Yeah. Basically, we're going to be respectable again, and he didn't understand that even out of the words of our enemies, they said a lot of things they did they would not have done if Trump was still in office. Hence why the get right came back. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's why I believe in that phrase, peace through strength.
During every single day of the Trump administration, I will very simply put America first.
For some reason, the Democrats, the libs, the progressives have a problem with that.
And that's the part that I just don't understand. It shouldn't be like that. It should be like America first. Oh man,
think about it. Think about it. The phrase "Make America Great Again" triggered them.
Yes.
Why? Shouldn't you always want to make America great again? I mean, considering the fall off that we had, that the media hid from y'all. But I get it, because the media hid that, they had no idea that America had fallen off a bit during the obesity years.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Our sovereignty will be reclaimed. Our safety will be restored. The scales of justice will be rebalanced. The vicious, violent, and unfair weaponization of the Justice Department and our government will end.
Burn.
Straight up. We know exactly who he's talking about.
That dude sitting behind him to his left.
Yeah.
He direction. You know how they say it, throwing shade or throwing slugs? Yeah. No, he took aim. That was direct aim.
Absolutely.
He literally stopped short of going, "Did you hear me, Biden?" It seemed like that was going to be the next thing out of his mouth. He was going to turn over his shoulder and go, "Did you hear me, Biden?"
Take that with you. Take that with you.
And our top priority will be to create a nation that is proud, prosperous, and free. America will soon be greater, stronger, and far more exceptional than ever before. I return to the presidency confident and optimistic that we are at the start of a thrilling new era of national success. A tide of change is sweeping the country, sunlight is pouring over the entire world, and America has the chance to seize this opportunity like never before. But first,
I think that everything he has said so far has been directly on point. He is much more controlled, refined, bombastic. He's still the same bombastic president, but you can tell those 4 years off have truly refined it.
Oh yeah, after this last the trials and the
Oh,
the everything that happened this last couple of years, it's like, oh, okay, cool. That's why I mentioned in our previous videos, I said, man, Trump, he saying something behind the scenes before after
oh,
the president elect, he was talking, people going to Mar-a-Lago, left, right, and center. It's like,
gangsters move. Hey man, I'm telling you from the streets. In the streets, we always said it. Gangsters move in silence.
Real gangsters move in silence. Where can I get my silence? Man, this is some bull silence. Oh, you just gonna keep on saying silence?
yeah, because I've never, I mean, my short time on this earth, and I like history, I have not seen this much movement so fast.
Man, so let's keep it pushing.
we must be honest about the challenges we face.
Amen.
While they are plentiful, they will be annihilated by this great momentum that the world is now witnessing in the United States of America.
Translation: the big red wave has hit, and it's gonna wash away all the bullshit.
Language.
And the
As
sentiment
we
I
get
noticed, and I'll say this, the sentiment so far I've seen compared to previous years, it's so much more. I'm sorry, it's a whole lot less than before. Because before you got there was more pushback. Now it's like it's like there are some of the people who were typically were running out going, oh man, I can't stand him, I can't hit it, blah blah blah. They're kind of like it's like they just pause. They're like, I don't know what to do.
Well, what it is, before we continue, is remember what Breeze said. We needed that loss.
Oh yeah.
Breeze
Oh,
said the nation needed that loss. You needed to get what you asked for to see what you actually needed. I'm going to give you what you want in order to show you what you need.
That boy is good.
gathered today, our government confronts a crisis of trust. For many years, a radical and corrupt establishment has extracted power and wealth from our citizens while the pillars of our society lay broken and seemingly in complete disrepair.
Shout out to the Democrat Party.
We now have a government that cannot manage even a simple crisis at home, while at the same time stumbling into a continuing catalog of catastrophic events abroad.
Shout out to the Biden administration.
Biden, I'm talking to you.
Shout
Talking
out
to
to the
you.
shout out to the Biden administration.
Also, shout out to my
It
people
fails
in
to
North Carolina.
protect our magnificent law-abiding American citizens, but provide sanctuary and protection for dangerous criminals, many from prisons and mental institutions that have illegally entered our country from all over the world.
Shout out to the former border czar and my former
Oh,
political presidential opponent. Shout out Kamala Harris.
We have a government that has given unlimited funding to the defense of foreign borders, but refuses to defend American borders or, more importantly, its own people.
Shout out Zelensky. Your funding just got cut.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Our country can no longer deliver basic services in times of emergency, as recently shown by the wonderful people of North Carolina, been treated so badly.
that's why I said shout out to my people in North Carolina because they were treated so unfairly. They were just forgotten, and they said, "Oh, we didn't do that." Sure. Mm-hmm. They did. The reaction, okay, I'm not saying they did nothing, but in comparison to how they say they're handling. We're such a great force for good, and we're so prepared.
Okay, maybe I missed something. What happened in North Carolina?
Remember the hurricane that happened a couple
Okay,
months
that's the
back?
hurricane. Okay, just want to make sure I'm on the same page.
The response was piss poor.
Oh, dude. Oh, dude. Yeah, I remember that because that's right. I have to remember because I never got a chance to do the video on it when FEMA announced they ran out of money.
Yeah.
That's right. That was that thing. FEMA said they're running out of money.
And other states who are still suffering from a hurricane that took place many months ago.
Shout out! Wait, shots fired again at the Biden administration.
In your face.
Hey, that's their fault.
He said those states are still suffering from a hurricane. Dude, we're coming up on another hurricane season. My God.
I will say this though. This whole previous election run was historic. I ain't gonna even lie. From everything that happened, from the shot to everything that transpired after the fact, it was like the his team he formed. I mean, going back to the statement you said earlier about we need to suffer, because you think about it, if he would have won last time, we would have had some of those same snakes and rhinos that was in there, but that pressure needs to be applied to him and to this country to realize that
we fucked up.
there you go.
Or more recently, Los Angeles, where we're watching fires still tragically burn from weeks ago without even a token of defense. They're raging through the houses and communities, even affecting some of the wealthiest and most powerful individuals in our country, some of whom are sitting here right now. They don't have a home any longer. That's interesting.
What I think Trump was doing right there was trying to relate and trying to squash the whole mythos that the wealthy can't be
Don't
affected.
suffer.
Yeah, if they don't fuck. He's telling y'all those people lost their homes. When Trump did what he did, I believe Trump was trying to tell the American people they can suffer just like you.
Yeah, like see, you
Just
saw
like
how that
you.
fire was. Just imagine if that fire was in another area where, say, more middle class or lower income
We don't
people.
have to imagine. Let's say it hit Pleasant Grove that is surrounded by the Trinity Forest.
Yeah.
I'm afraid we're boned.
Mm-hmm.
We can't let this happen. Everyone is unable to do anything about it. That's going to change. We have a public health system that does not deliver in times of disaster, yet more money is spent on it than any country anywhere in the world.
Amen.
And we have an education system that teaches our children to be ashamed of themselves in many cases, to hate our country despite the love that we try so desperately to provide to them.
Preach!
Okay, this is the part where I wrote down that is so messed up that we live in this era where they promoted all these liberal, progressive ideas, for the last, so many decades, and even more so now, even with the previous administration, all of this acceptance and all these things, but more people hate this country now than than before, when you had real institutional racism and other things like that. I said, this is crazy. It's like these people don't love their country.
Because the places of higher learning now are little more than indoctrination centers.
Exactly.
All of this will change starting today, and it will change very quickly.
Amen. I'm gonna preach this sermon.
My recent election is a mandate to completely and totally reverse a horrible betrayal and all of these many betrayals that have taken place, and to give the people back their faith, their wealth, their democracy, and indeed their freedom. From this moment on, America's decline is over.
You know, he could have ended right there. Think about
Yeah, he
this.
really could have. He could have dropped the mic on there.
We only 5 minutes in. He know how to preach the whole sermon. If you would like to hear the rest of that, feel free to join us on our Rumble channel, still under Free Mind Thinkers. There you will find the full and unedited version of this video. Remember, until next time, to stand up, stand out, and think differently. Holla.